in your opinion, what do you think about the situation of ethnic relationship at BrickFields from the perspective of Buddhist religion?
Ethnic?
Ethnic relationship.
You mean
Our
inter-religion?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, we have a few Buddhist interfaith groups where we working together, and even BrickFields itself, they have one group, interfaith group. And when we think about this BrickFields area, I think within 2 kilometers, we have around 6 Hindu temples, 1 mosque, and 1 Buddhist temple, and I think 2 Chinese Buddhist temples within this 2 kilometers. And we work very closely, and even we had some program together recently, all the interfaith groups get together and gotong royong the areas and all this work. And normally we work very closely. Yes.
Okay. And then, are you having any distraction during performing the religious obligation? If yes, how do you tolerate with that situation?
So far not.
Okay. Okay. And then, do Buddhist religion allow any other follower from different religion to be involved in the festival day that Buddhists celebrated?
Normally we invite, like our biggest festival is Vesak. Vesak, we celebrate Buddha's birthday and passing away and enlightenment, these 3 occasions in the same day. And even your honorary Prime Minister also come and take part. Also we invite other faith, Christian, Muslim, Hindus, and all the other faith to come together, and we have like a function. It's not the prayers, but just celebration. Yes. We don't have a big issue between with other faith. We are tolerating, and also we understand, we respect other faith as well.
What is the meaning of certain symbol behind the art of religion?
Symbols?
I mean, what the symbol represents as?
Okay, Buddhism normally represent few symbols we have. One is Buddhist flag. Another thing is chakra. We call it Dharma chakra. And this is main 2 symbols. I think we represent Buddhism. Yeah.
Okay, what are some of the sensitive matters that cannot be done during the religious ceremony?
You see, Buddhism is not something very forcing, like you must do this and that. But Buddhism basically that explaining to people that this is good, something you have to do, this is bad, you should not do. But it's all up to people that to decide whether you going to go in this path or this path. It's not that fixed that okay, if you don't do it, is not like a rule, like punishment and all this, but it's explaining that this is not the way to live, because Buddhists, they believe the karma, and they will they explain, hey, if you do something bad to others or other people, that you will get something bad. It's not good to harm others, and you must live in peace, and also you must allow others to live in peace. And this Buddhism is a way of living, and it's a teaching, to follow, and not much to only pray, but to practice as well. And there they will teach not the punishment, but explanation. You should not do this and that.
How long have you been a Bhante?
A month, okay. Now I think When I was 12, now I am 34. I think almost 20 years.
Can I know how you become a what?
Monk. Okay. It's like it's our choice. You know? When I was young, I felt that I want to join as a monk, and sometimes it's even difficult to get permission from parents, but they allow me, and then I joined when I was young.
Is there what's the procedure?
Yes, you have to follow certain procedures. When you were young, like normally in Sri Lanka, I'm from Sri Lanka. Our culture, Sri Lankan culture, that normally they ordain people when they are young. You know, it's easy to train, and you know, and then before ordain, at least 1 year you have to, as a lay boy, you know, the layman, as a boy, you have to spend 1 year in the temple, learning rituals and work, in the temple. And after 1 year, they will ordain you. After ordain, you have to go through like 5 years training. And after 5 years training, then you can go normal universities and all this, and go for graduation.
As one thing, what you can do and cannot do.
There are many things, we have we have rules, like we observe precept. We promise that we don't do certain things, like we have few levels, you see. Now normally lay people, they have 5 precepts. They promise that they don't do these 5 things. And when we become a young small monk, we call it samanera. That level we only have 10 precepts. And after you reach 20 years old, then you go for higher ordination. After higher ordination, you have 227 rules and this precept, and this not supposed to do. And also there minor rules, like even so happen it's break, but you can go and observe again. But there are 4 rules fixed that you should not do. You see, it's like that.
Can I know what's the difference between the Buddhists in Malaysia and other country like Thailand?
Okay,
China?
generally Buddhism divided to 3 sects now. Mahayana, Theravada, and Tantrayana, 3 sects. When you come to Malaysia, you can see all these 3 sects in here, Malaysia. Okay. Now go to Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, you can see all the Theravada Buddhism. And go to China, Korea, Japan, Hong Kong, all these countries practice more to Mahayana Buddhism. And Tibet, Tantrayana Buddhism, you can see that maroon color robes. And Theravada monks, even Thai, Sri Lanka, Burma, they practice Theravada. No difference, same. And Mahayana tradition, you can see some differences, and also Tibetan traditions. But Malaysia, you have Mahayana temples, Theravada temples, and also Tibet temples, and Chinese temples. Sometimes Chinese, they have this different culture, you see. They have different practices.
How can we differentiate the temple according to the Theravada, Mahayana?
Is it similar?
Not similar. It's, you can see the differences. Normally, there are buildings, even shrine room and Buddha image, and all is slightly different to each other. And when you go to our shrine room, we are Theravada Buddhism, and you go to our shrine room, the Buddha image is different. When you go to Chinese temple, Mahayana temple, you can see the Buddha image is different. You see? But there are slight differences even practicing religion also, but all talking about a common goal. We are reaching to common goal, but different practices.
Can we know what's the special clothes, the name of the special clothes you are wearing?
Oh, this is
What do you call
yeah,
it?
you know, any organization, they have a uniform. This is our uniform.
Uniform.
And this uniform that normally is piece of cloth, okay, where got no value is have so many cuts, you can see. Okay, and this uniform actually 2600 years old. Is from those days how the Buddha have dressed up. We normally Theravada Buddhism, they are not agree to change anything. They want to
Maintain.
stick into original, and that's why today also it's same uniform, never change. We call it robe, robe, and just a piece of cloth, maybe slightly bigger than this table. It's got so many cuts. You have, it's normally made like you know Fedifield. Have you seen the Fedifield where people grow rice? And, exactly like that. We got so many cuts, right?
What's the symbol of the color?
It can be any color because those days now in a modern society you can even buy materials. Those days, you know, we are talking about 2500, 600 years ago when the religion is started. And those days very difficult to find materials. You see, they normally get this soft, soft white color material. And what they do is they boil all the leaf and you know skin of the tree and roots and coil and suck this the cloth into the water, and whatever color is come up, that's the color.
What else? What is the original practices between these three?
Original,
Which is the first one?
you see, in Buddhism we have way of practice, yeah, and normally we encourage people to do help others and give giving, you know. We call it dana, which means giving. It can be many ways, you see. Because when you start to give, you detach from things. Normally attachment always bring unhappiness. See, when we detach from things and can be, you know, personal detachment, or you attach things or person or thing, and it always brings you unhappiness, you see. And normally we encourage that to detach from things, and you know, slowly you must learn to give up, and it will help your mind to be very calm. You see, when you become more calm, it's easy for you to discipline yourself. When you attach to things, you will go maybe argue, fight, you will try to get it back, you know, and you more craving, you go and, you know, do bad things to get things back, and maybe you looking at many wrong way to become rich, you know. All this become because of attachment, you know. And when you detach, slowly detach from things, your mind will be very relaxed and calm, then you automatically become so disciplined. When you become disciplined, it's easy for you to meditate. Meditate. And when you start to meditate, you will feel that you are a different person. The way you think and the way you behave, you are different, you know. Maybe you can reach that enlightenment. Okay? That enlightenment means purify of the mind, clean your mind. When our mind got so many dirt, and we do so many bad things. Yes.
What do you call God in Buddhist?
Buddhism,
The name.
Buddhism, that we don't believe. Normally, religion, other faith, that they have belief in one particular God, one God, but we don't believe in one God. We believe in many gods, but Normally we don't pray to a god, but we respect to the Buddha. Also not praying but respecting, because he as a teacher, we respect him, and also we not depend on him. We go and pray and asking this and that, and if you follow the teaching of the Buddha, and you can get that's in you. You cannot just sit down and pray and asking him to do everything for you. You see, you have to work. See, that's why we follow teaching of the Buddha, and we respect him as a teacher.
Can we know more about Kuan Yin?
Kuan Yin is in Mahayana tradition, Mahayana Buddhism. It's not in a Theravada tradition.
Here is Theravada.
Yeah, Theravada.
Oh, okay. What else? What you call the one you used to pray? The what?
The prayer?
Stick.
This
Joystick.
that
The
you
incense, right?
that you burn it before you pray. Do you use it?
Incense, is it? That in the shrine room you go and burn
And pray
Yeah.
using it? Yeah,
yeah, incense.
incense.
All these offerings, you see, we offer flowers, we offer candles, we offer incense.
Oh, okay.
So all these offerings.
Is there any symbol of it?
Yeah, normally all these have the symbols, like even when we offer those things, the meaning behind that. When you offer flowers, you see, flower is very fresh and fragrant, and but when it's in the morning, maybe it's beautiful in color, and when come to the end of the day, slowly, become rotten, and life also the same. We slowly changing. The life is a process of changing. Maybe few years back you are younger than today and healthy than today.
Yes.
Maybe we are getting older and getting sick, and life also the same. You see? And also the candles. Candles, when we light the candles, we will get the light. Darkness is go away. We want the darkness in our life to be, and brightness comes in to our life.
Yeah. What is the few example? I mean, the difference between Mahayana practices, Theravada practices, and
Okay, the Mahayana practices, they are more into a chanting. They sit down and they believe in, like when we say many times about Amitabha Buddha, they can reach to the heaven. See, there's some kind of belief in there. And also they do prayers, they do more prayer, chanting, and all this. And Tibetan people, they believe in mantras. Tibetan Buddhism, they do mantra, and they have more rituals, different rituals. And Theravada Buddhism, normally they will more think about practice, the teaching of the Buddha, and meditation. They don't much about chanting, but think about practicing and all this.
Before we end the interview, is there any problem while you're conducting any activities or prayer here?
So far, no. We have our full freedom to practice within our compound, and also we know that our limit in a country like here, we must respect others, and we respect other religion as well.
Yes.
Okay, so far, no problem.
I think that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.